Let's start with the OWL question on page 1. Joe finished his homework. He realized that instead of subtracting 3,742 and adding 2,769, he made the mistake of adding 3,742 and subtracting 2,769. The answer he wrote is 6,732. What is the correct answer? For this, we may again use work backwards. So the final answer he wrote is 6,732. So we may start by 6,732. So he made a mistake of adding 3,742. So we may change add 3,742 to the right way, which is minus 3,742. We change plus to minus and work backwards. And then he did it wrong by subtracting 2,769. Therefore, we may change minus 2,769 to plus 2,769. Which equals to 5,759. So now we may find out the correct answer. We may duplicate the original number, 5,759, and then do it in the right way. Subtract 3,742. And then add it by 3,742. Which equals to 4,786. Therefore, the correct answer would be 4,786. Let's move on to the OWL question on page 2. A bag contains 7 candies. Jenny buys 7 bags of candies. If she wants to give 8 candies to each of her 9 students, how many more candies will she need to buy? First, let's find out how many candies does Jenny got in all. She has 7 bags of candies. And then each bag of candies contains 7 candies. So we have 7 bags of 7 candies. Therefore, the total number of candies she got would be 7 times 7, which equals to 49. Next, we may calculate how many candies does she need to give 8 candies to each of her 9 students. So she has 9 students and each get 8, which means she'll need 9 times 8 candies, which is 72. Now we may find out how many more candies will she need. we may duplicate the number that she needs, 72, minus the number of candies she has, 49. Where the difference is 23. Therefore, she'll need 23 more candies. Let's move on to the out question on page 3. Gary says, if you add 5 to my age and then divide by 2, the answer is the same as Iris' age. If Iris' age is 10, how old is Gary? For this, we may use work backwards again. We know that Iris' age is 10, so we'll start by 10. So he divided his age by 2 to get Iris' age. So we turn divided by 2 times 2. We change divide to times and work backwards. So 10 times 2 equals to 20. And then we duplicate this answer. And then Gary says if you add 5 to his age, then it becomes 20. So we turn add 5 to minus 5. So 20 minus 5 equals to 15. So his age would be 15. Now let's do the checking. If Gary's age is 15, then let's find out Iris' age by adding 5 to his age. Which equals to 20, and then divided by 2. Which equals to 10. So this is the same as Iris' age. Therefore, we know that it is right. Gary is 15 years old. Let's move on to the out question on page 4. Macy has a 4-gallon bottle and a 7-gallon bottle. How can you use these bottles to get exactly 5 gallons of honey? The 7-gallon bottle will need to hold 5 gallons of honey. Explain your answer. So the way to do that is that we may pour 4 gallons, we may fill the 4 gallons bottle up with honey. And then we pour it into the 7 gallons bottle. So that there are 4 gallons of honey inside the 7 gallons bottle. And then we may fill up the 4 gallons bottle again. And then we pour it into the 7 gallons bottle. But it will be too full to pour all of them inside. Therefore, there will be 1 gallon left in the 4 gallons bottle. So here we can write down the math equation. We pour 2 4 gallons into the 7 gallons. So we have 4 plus 4 equals to 8. But 8 gallons is too much. Therefore, 8 gallons minus 7 gallons equals to 1 gallon, which is the honey are still inside the 4 gallons bottle. And then we may discrete the 7 gallons of honey. And then pour back the 1 gallon in the 4 gallons bottle into the 7 gallons bottle. And then we fill up the 4 gallons bottle again and pour them all into the 7 gallons bottle. Then it will made up of 5 gallons of honey. So we pour 4 more gallons into the 1 gallon. So we have 1 plus 4, and so it equals to 5. Let's move on to the out question on page 5. Leo is thinking of a number. He multiplies it by 3 and adds 8 to get 35. What is the original number? Again, we may use work backwards. The final answer he got is 35. So we may start with 35. And then the second step he did was add 8. So we may change add 8 to minus 8, which equals to 27. And then we may use 27 to divide it by 3, because he originally multiplies it by 3, which equals to 9. Now let's do the checking. If the number he's thinking of is 9, then we may first multiply it by 3. Which equals to 27, and then he adds 8. It did equals to 35. Therefore, the number he was thinking of is 9.